Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the Farmer's Table. How are we all doing? One quick adjustment at my end. We're waiting for this to catch up.
Hey up, mate. There we are.
Hey.
Sorry, heard you there.
No worries.
Evening, everybody. How are we? We all good? Who have we got
good.
in? Hutchins, in the words of SpongeBob, I'm ready. Nice one. Good evening, gentlemen. Evening, Rion. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Did you say SpongeBob?
I did. Somebody mentioned SpongeBob in my comments.
I've got
did.
Mr. Dex is in. How you doing, Dex? Hope you're well, buddy. I will be in yours and Farmer Sims live, but likely chatting in Farmer Sims, as that will be on my phone, so it's easier to manage by my TV. No dramas, mate. Hope you're good. RC8480, hello. Are you both in Farmer Sim? Yeah, we're good, mate. How are you doing, buddy? Good to have you on board. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening, folks. How are we doing? How's everybody doing? And we've got to say a massive welcome to Scoots.
Yes,
everybody. Our
welcome,
first
Scoots.
guest. I'm just playing an applause thing there.
Yeah.
There we are.
Very good.
There we are. Very good.
There we go. So we have got a massive thing. Can you hear us, Scoots? You're there, mate.
Yeah, I'm just listening along.
Good man, good
Nice.
man. So,
Nice.
if you want to tab across, Scoots, to one of the vehicles that we've got here, you'll see where me and Farmer Sim are standing.
Indeed.
We could do
Can
it.
everybody hear me in my... Just on my side of things, can everybody hear us here?
Evening, Mids. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us, mate. Hope
No
you're well.
sound of me talking.
I could hear you. That's probably through
You can hear
Discord,
me?
though, mate. Yeah.
Ah. Can everybody hear me in my chat here? On my side of things?
Let's do a quick test.
Everything seems hunky-dory on my side, but everyone says they can hear things, but they can't hear me talking.
Is that such a bad thing?
Well, I don't know about that, actually, yeah. That's a bit of a
No, there's
thing.
no sound coming through on your side, mate. None of your voice, I don't think. No audio at all.
Oh,
No voice audio.
no audio at all. Right, bear with me. I'll see what I can figure out here.
Is OBS muted or something?
No.
Weird. Skill issues, yeah. I think you're right there.
Clearly.
So, yeah. We've got quite a bit to do today. I'm just going to jump into PDA quickly. So for you guys, we are here over on Farmland 84. We've got a few fields of grass here that we can mow, so that's what we're going to do. And we might do a little bit of harvesting over here on field 9 if we get time. And you can hear FS on mine, Mids, is that right?
What about now? Is that better? Can you hear me?
Um,
What's going on now? Is that a dartboard on legs? No, I'm reading the chat, Dust Bunny. Hey up, love. Can nobody hear me at all on my side of things?
no, it's not coming through on my phone either. Well, I've got your thingy up on my phone, and it's not coming up.
Okay, bear with me.
So it makes a change for me having tech issues anyway.
Yeah. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Which chat are you in, Welsh?
What about now?
Come on now, mate. It's on
Can
now.
you hear me?
It's working now, dude.
What's going on now?
It's working now.
Yeah, it's working out. It's just come on now.
No, I'm reading the chat, Dust Bunny.
Yeah,
That's a bit
all
weird.
good. Yeah, you're good to go now, mate. You can hear everybody now.
Can nobody hear me at all on my side of things?
Right.
Oh, I can hear something. Right, okay. Sorry, folks. There we are.
There we go. Tech issues overcome. So,
Bloody nightmare.
welcome to episode 2 of the Farmer's Table.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Scoots, is that a real life replica of your hair?
I'm sure. What's going on here?
No, I just clicked confirm. I usually don't mess with any of the
Do you want
aesthetics of Farm Sim.
Nice. I think I've got an audio echo coming from something on your end as well.
Scoots' audio voice chat volume. See if that helps. So unless your voice chat audio's up, mate, either that. Anyway, let's crack on.
There we are.
So
there
yes,
we are.
we've got a massive selection of Scoots' mods here, all laid out in a display area.
We have. And you've done all this work, haven't you? I love the way you've laid them out on all these plinths.
Yeah.
It's proper cool.
My creative side caught me, and I was away. So we've got the Richard Weston muck spreader. We have got a selection of front weights and the cherry box and some smart boxes. Philip Watkins weight. We have got the net wrap and foil wrap holders.
They're pretty cool.
I like these. I use these on all my saves. I'll let Scoots describe a few of these in a minute. We have got a Johnson Brothers trailer. We've got this the Pro Dig, muck rake and chaff fork, I should say. And then we've got this Chieftain low loading trailer. We've got the Richard Weston trailers in both of their types, and then we've got the Kane trailers, I should say, again in both of their types. And we've got the latest one. I think this is your latest one, isn't it, Scoots? This McHale F550.
It's not the latest. There will be something coming out later on this evening.
Tickle me intrigued. And a Larrington low loader, one of two that you've now got out. Is that right, or have you got one out? I know you've just updated it, but
so that one's just had a new hose system put on it by one of our other Meadow colleagues. He's put a better hose system on it, and then the triple axle version of it will drop at some point this evening.
Excellent.
So you'll be able to download all that, guys.
Nice one. So what I've done for my live chat, if you type in !itch, it will take you to the MeadowMods itch page. If you !Meadow will take you to MeadowMods' Discord server, and then the same for Farmer Sim. So !FS Discord takes you to his Discord server, and FS channel, I think it is, will take you to his I can't think of it, YouTube channel. Sorry, I completely lost the words up. So there we go. Mind block.
Forgive me, gents. I'm still trying to get to the bottom of audio problems here. It seems nobody's hearing you guys on my end.
That's weird.
Still, yes. I'm completely baffled as to what's going on here.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Can those of you in my chat hear Welsh and Scooch talking still? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this. Sorry about this.
Just let you catch up with that, mate.
You can hear me, but can you hear Welsh in mine and as well, and them? Right. Okay. It seems it's working now.
There we go. Excellent.
There we go. Right. There we are.
Nightbot's woken up in mine, so there you go. If you need any links for the MeadowMod stuff, !Meadow or !itch takes you to all of their Discord server and all of their public downloadable mods through their itch page.
Yep.
And we also have got something special to announce. We'll probably do that in the last half an hour. We've got a little giveaway that we're going to be doing tonight in Mixer. We'll release the details of that in a bit. So, is there anything specific you want to talk about here, Scoots, in this list of mods?
Not particularly, no. I agreed to do this mainly because I really want to give people an insight into what it's like, because the problem with modding these days, and especially in 25, is that people don't realise the work that goes into it now. For anyone out there that's played previous games, the shader, or the vehicle shader as people know it as, the vast majority of the work was done for you. So it basically meant that converting from, say, one game to another was fairly straightforward. Okay. And with the auto convert, which you will probably see quite vastly used across most third-party websites, in my personal opinion, it seems to break more than it actually helps. Now, what really, when people just see mods like, for example, the weights or the trailers, for example, all the material system now is separated. So it means that if you've got one particular material, it means that you have to make a totally separate mask for each particular material, and then you have to dictate exactly what you want that material to do. So in essence, what you're doing is you're repeating the process twice, because what you're doing is you're converting the model, but then you're having to redo all the textures for it as well.
Right.
And
Okay.
it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's not like, I miss the days of 22 where you could just simply convert things over and it would just magically appear and you'd simply fix the bits and pieces that needed to be fixed, and then it would simply be a mod, and that is it. You can still do that, but the problem is that with me now, I can't get away with that, because I would get criticised for it, basically, because I've set such a standard with some of these models now where then everyone just expects the same. To speak about the RW trailer, especially this particular one, is the one that did get me in a little bit of hot water with the original modder.
There was a whole world of faff with this particular model, wasn't there? It went back quite a way.
Yes. So originally this was released on a third-party website.
Okay.
It was released in beyond shocking condition.
I remember that.
To the point where it wasn't even usable. I don't know what made that person decide to release it, but they did.
Yeah.
Me being me, I just went, "Oh, I'll fix that, and I'll re-release it," not knowing that the original model had actually been stolen. It was only when the creator actually contacted me and said this had been stolen. I apologised and said I would pull it if needs be. And look, I won't mention any names, but luckily the person in question was really decent about it and said, no, that's absolutely fine. I just wanted to let you know, and I'm happy for it to still stay up. So that person knows who they are if they are listening. But as I say, this is the big problem with modding these days. I work tirelessly in the background that people don't see. I'm contacting multiple people multiple times a day and still working a full-time job. Let's not forget this as well. A lot of people think I do this for a living. I don't. This is a hobby. So, trying to get the right permissions for things and trying to keep on the right side of the modding community is extremely difficult. Again, some people can be easily contacted, some people cannot, and it's a minefield trying to like work things out and try and, because my intention is never to ever annoy people or
no, not at all,
commit theft of any way, shape or form. Again, it's more just getting it out there to people that are listening, and again, I'm guilty of it, like everyone is. Everyone takes full advantage of mods, but take it from someone that works with them. It literally can consume your life if you allow it to. The Richard Weston trailer alone was 60 hours of work alone.
Goodness, that's a lot of work.
When you look at it like that, it's a lot of work. You tie it up like that.
For a muck spreader, for a muck spreader, when I look at it, and again, my partner's really supportive. She knows I'm quite weird in the respect that I do stuff like this, and
she enjoys her peace and quiet.
She just looks. She looks at me. She's looked at me before, and she's just like you've spent 60 hours on that. Like,
are you mad?
It's a trailer.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Like, and I'm just like, I can't help it. And again, it's the same. Like even with the weights, you look at the weights, and they're just weights, and they connect to a front of a tractor, and that's it.
Yeah.
But there's
the amount of work that goes into them.
25 hours a piece for each of them.
Wow.
It's mind-boggling, but a lot of people just don't see it.
But from my point of view, it's little things like this. Let's just use the weights as an example that make the game a lot more enjoyable. I find myself I can't drive off. I haven't got to wait in front to game. Shoot at me, I can't.
But you know in your mind that if you're doing a particular job in a field with a particular bit of machinery, that you would need a weight on the front.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know that if you're going to do it even remotely correctly, that's what it's for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've got a question from Mark Thorscoots asking what it's like contacting some of the Polish modders. Have you ever had to do that?
Yes. Language barriers are very, very difficult. And again, it's making very clear your intentions as to what you want to do. I've been very fortunate that just about everything that's here has got full permissions, and again, if ever I was to be challenged over it, then you know I've got the proof to say that I've got the permissions to release them.
I'm just going to nip off and start a mower off on one of these fields, gents. I'll be back in 2.
As a lot of people usually that I've found with most people, most other modders are very, very reasonable. The usual only stipulation is that you don't profit from it, which is understandable. Again, I do put a donation link within that, and they're happy with that. But again, to everyone who's watching, that is totally just, if you do want to do it, there's no stipulation to pay any amount of money.
Yeah, it's giving players the opportunity to support the modder if they wish to. At the end of the day, it's not forcing them to do it. You're not forcing them to part with money. But if they want to support you in your efforts moving forward, that's the way they can do it. And I know a lot of people do that, and they're happy to do that because this game is a massive thing to a lot of people. And if, you know, it's something we all know, and I'm sure everybody who's watching and listening knows this game is made by mods. If this was just the base game, it would not have the longevity and the interest that it has, because it would be wholeheartedly dull and you'd be bored of it in minutes, because you'd have 3-4 maps and 30-40 tractors and bits of machinery, and that's it. The mods give it the massive
Exactly. It's, as I say, it's the silly things like, stupidly enough, the software that we use to create the new textures for the game, that's £55 a month.
Really?
To buy, So in order to pay for that each month, you've got to make it worth your while. So again, you know, if I do get any kind of donations, all it does really is just offset the cost of that. I'm certainly no millionaire, and I ain't got a Bentley in the drive. Do you know what I mean? It's
you and me both, mate. Unfortunately,
it just offsets the cost. But again, it's the same with the like the Grizzlies, for example. Getting the coding for that and getting it to work, you know. I nearly lost my hair just trying to get it to function correctly.
Really?
Yeah, because the problem is that Giants, every time they patch, they mess with the coding, and it's, as I say, it's a shocker really. Anyone who's modded before, or anyone who's got any modding experience from any previous games, we've never had so many versions of Giants Editor. We've got another one that's dropped today.
Yes, thanks to the patch.
It seems like it's every single time that they patch the game, they have to give us a new Giants editor for some reason, and I don't know why, because in the last game we got 2 versions and that was it.
Right.
So I don't know what the reasons are behind it, but yeah, as I say, it's my OCD, because again, it's not just me. These other people that are part of Meadow, I'm only one piece of it. There's Ross. Ross is currently on holiday at the moment, so I don't know whether he'd be watching. But I know Jamie's tuned in, and maybe JCB as well has tuned in to watch this. But
Evening, gentlemen.
Yeah,
thanks for joining.
It's a collaborative team effort. Again, the vast majority of the projects that are on the Meadow page are mine, except. I don't believe the Larrington, the first Larrington, was all JCB. He did most of the work. Yeah, he did most of the work on that, and I do believe that on the triple axle that will drop at some point, he did most of the work on that as well.
Cool.
which he's credited for. He's credited for in the description on the HIO. So yeah, as I say, it's mad, really. You know, when you see it all out like this, I don't look at it like that, because you're probably all going to be quite shocked to hear this, but every single piece of equipment here I've never actually used.
You never, if you're not,
Nope.
goodness me. So,
No.
well, this was obviously, I've got a couple of questions lined up to ask you in that respect, and I suppose that kind of merges into one of them. Was what first got you into Farming Simulator, and what made you get into modding? More importantly, was it playing the game and wanting something that wasn't available, and that turns you then to, oh, how do I make this? And then all of a sudden you've fallen down a rabbit hole, and 2 years later you've got a portfolio of mods. What was it that got you into this world?
So I've been playing FS since 17,
Right.
like most people, and back in them days, the modding scene was quite a weird and wonderful world to be part of. It was very, very private.
Okay.
Very, very closed. Yes, there was public mods available and things like that, but in order to really get access to some of the really good stuff,
Yeah.
it was, you had to know someone, you had to be friends with a particular person, you had to be in a certain clique.
Oh, okay.
That's how it used to work. And then when 19 came around, I was like just this guy that wanted this tractor or this plough or this particular mod.
Yeah.
And I would reach out to people and say, can I have a copy of that? Or, you know, can I use that on my farm? And the reception was a little bit negative. It was very much like, no, it's private. Or,
Okay.
you know, some expletives, like, you know, to say,
Yeah.
Please
go away, basically.
Yeah.
Evening, girl,
Which is a
how you
little
doing,
bit,
buddy?
yeah.
Nice to have you on board, mate.
Which is a little bit like me today now with what goes on with me.
You turned
So-
into one of them.
Yeah. So basically, I sat there one night, and the story goes that there was this particular trailer
Right.
from 17 that I wanted, and I tried and I just, no one would part with it. But there was
Okay.
pictures of it everywhere. Everyone was using it. So I just thought, you know what, sod it. I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
And it just basically snowballed from there. And I got more and more into it, and then before I knew it, like in 19, and by the way, I wasn't on Discord then. I was on my own, completely on my own, and didn't know anyone. I was a solo player, and I just did things for me. And then I just like continued, and then 22 landed. Now, when 22 landed, the jump from 19 to 22 was sizable, but not sizable in the respect of modding. It was still fairly straightforward. Now, most people are probably going to shout at the screen saying, "No, it wasn't," but it was. It from a modder's perspective, it was.
Yeah.
It was quite simple to convert from one thing to another. There really wasn't any kind of like technical stuff to it. If you knew, you knew, and that was it.
Yeah.
And I started doing stuff, and then thought, well, it's a bit lonely, you know what I mean? Like I wonder if I can speak to other modders and find other people. So I went onto Discord, and I jumped into a random server, can't even remember the name of it, and I met, if anyone's part of the Meadow group, I met Jamie.
Okay.
I've
And
spoken to Jamie a few times.
yeah, and me and Jamie got chatting, and he, the funny story of how we actually really got like met and got close was, he said, "Have you got a West spreader? I'm sure I've seen you with a West spreader." And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he says, "Does your PTO work on yours? Does it spin?" And I went, yeah, why? And he went, can I have yours? And I went,
Because
yeah,
mine doesn't.
yeah. And I went, yeah, if you want. And it just started from there. And we're really good friends now.
Nice.
Best of friends. And then we met Ross, if anyone's in Meadow, RHP. Phenomenal tanker. He's obsessed with tankers.
Yeah, kind of gathered that from last couple of days.
Yeah, loves tankers and everything. And he was a total novice. He'd never modded ever in his life, and he basically just said, "But I want to learn." And I went, "But do you though? Do you really want to go down that rabbit hole and learn?" Because I'm like, it's hard, like getting your head around it and making it click. When you've got it, yeah, when you've got it, you've got it. But like just getting it to click, it is really, really difficult, and it's really frustrating. And most people just literally throw it against the wall before they've even like really got into it, because they just don't.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work the first time, they're just not interested. And again, with modding, it is like that. You've got to like you'll fix one thing which then breaks 3 other things, and then you've got to like work out and unpick it and work out where you've gone wrong or what's gone wrong. Yeah. So I said to him, like, look, if you really want to learn, that's fine. I'll show you. And Jamie got involved as well, and now he's phenomenal. He's really, really good. He can literally go toe to toe with me and Jamie in respect of that. He's gone more down the modding route now, the mapping route now, but he can still do what he needs to do.
Well, it's expanding the horizons, I suppose. And you start somewhere. You start with trying to make a PTO physically move, and months and years later, you've built yourself a handful of mods and a bit of a portfolio. And the next thing is, like you say, it's like, ooh, let's try maps. And
absolutely.
Once you can do maps and mods, you can pretty much you've got everything covered then, haven't you?
I find something similar with like, I'm just going to change the texture on this, and before you know it, I'm like
9 hours later, you're still there,
and I'm
changing.
Changing.
And you put air fresheners in the cab of your tractor. And you've got Red Bull cans sitting in cup holders in the cab of your tractor.
That's a rabbit hole in itself. Do you gents want to jump up? One of you gents want to jump on a tractor with a baler and start baling, and then?
Yeah, do it. I've got myself. I've got my Fent here that I purchased. It's got the good old Philip Watkins weight on the front. Let's showcase that somehow.
Yeah. Scoot, you can just watch.
What do you want us on? A baler?
To be perfectly honest, I'm more than happy to just chat. To be honest, I can only concentrate on one thing at once. So, as I say, yeah, that's like the kind of the story of like the Meadow and what it is today. But again, like a lot of people that are new to Meadow or not being part of Meadow, we've had a lot of downturn as well. You know, we've had a lot of bad things happen. You know, we've had a lot of things take place that we didn't want to take place. Some people in the channel or that are close to us in particular personally will be probably aware of this, but our entire private catalogue of 22 mods from the previous game was leaked. The entire lot.
I didn't realise there was that many. I knew you'd had problems with them. I didn't realise it was that many.
About 13.5 gigs worth. Of mods. Most of them never made public.
You're joking. That's a lot of mods, 13.5 gig.
Yeah. And again, we're still dealing with the after effects of that. You know, things of ours that are appearing in places that they shouldn't be. But
really,
yeah, and again, Welsh probably knows this, but I released the Larrington, and within 24 hours, the assets were ripped off of it and put on another trailer. And then posted in the Discord that I'm admin for, like it was acceptable. And after
Wow.
that, I just lost. I didn't lose it. I did actually. I lost it. I just thought, you know what? Why bother? Like, you know.
Yeah,
and
your motivation
kicked-
can be properly knocked with that, couldn't it?
Yeah, I just thought, you know, here's me on an evening trying to do this stuff for people, and it's like my stuff's getting nicked before it's even like been out less than 24 hours. You know, it's
the lack of knowledge that a lot of players have as to what modders actually go through to create the mods that we all use to play with. You see it. You see it mentioned a lot, and it's described, I think, as a sense of entitlement. That, you know, people, they see a photo or a picture of a mod on a website somewhere, or somebody playing with it on a video, and they just want it, and they want it, and they want it, and they'll go through anything to get it, but they don't appreciate what's gone into it, or where they get it from, or the legitimacy of the source that they get it from. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is something that's become, it's really important. I mean, I can't mod to save my life. I won't beat around the bush about it. I have never tried to mod. I've jumped into Blender once or twice to try and alter something, and I almost had a coronary. You know, it was like, no, it's just not my thing. But being a content creator and being the person making videos using the mods that people make, it's, from my side of the fence and our side of the fence, it's so important to make sure that we get the mods from the correct places, and that we make sure and we try and instill into everyone else who's watching and listening to be mindful of where they get their mods from, and, you know, to bear that in mind. Don't just go to any old scraper sites. Don't ever go to scraper sites if you can help it. I've tried on the Discord to, you know, not post mods from scraper sites, just because you just never know. Like you've just said, you had 13.5 gigabytes worth of mods taken from somewhere, and they could be all over the place. So the likelihood is they were received illegitimately, and they're probably going to be on illegitimate sites. So stay away from them at all costs. Only get your mods from the sites that the modders use, your own sites. You know,
they were being sold.
They were being sold.
Yes, we know that they were being sold.
Wow.
On places like Facebook and other places like that. We've had evidence to show that the particular stuff that we had was being sold for cash.
Goodness me.
That blows my mind.
You know,
that just, like, why would you pay? I understand, fully get the amount of time it takes you to do it, and I fully appreciate that, but it's like we will go back to, you're playing a game. Why pay for something? Do you get what I mean? Does that make sense, without sounding like I'm being insulting to the amount of time that it takes you to make them and stuff like that? The whole fact that there is actually a cash market for stuff like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, am I gonna turn around and say that I've never done anything for cash? No, absolutely not.
That's different. Different.
I have been paid. I have made money from modding, but again, this is through it's somebody else's model. It's not my model. It's not anybody else's model. This is someone who's had this made for them, and then they want, and because the paranoia in 25 is higher than I've ever seen it before, compared to what it's been like in previous FS games.
In the modding community.
Yeah, people are scared to death.
Do you think that's because the game's more popular and there's more people, or there's more ruthless people about who are willing to just take what you've got?
Yeah, I think it's more just the moral compass that's slightly swayed, and the problem with FS is that a lot of the people that play it, and again, no disrespect to anyone, are a lot younger in audience. We're talking about teenagers here, anything between the ages of 13 to 18. Yeah. So again, they don't have the same concept of what it's like, you know, to spend 60 hours on a mod, or like say, some people just don't have the first clue about it. And I get people all the time. I get 30 to 40 DMs every single day without fail.
Wow.
Asking for help, tips, advice. Can I buy? can
do
you do?
this? Yeah.
Helps tips and advice you can understand, can't you? I mean, I'm in that category of people like, I'm looking for this, or I want to do that. Any chance you can help me out to do it?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? You can understand a bit more, can't you? Because people are willing to learn, and you're willing to help. They can then go off and eventually maybe even turn into a modern themselves. The downside to that is people learn and then go off and potentially rip someone else's stuff off. That's the downside to it.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest problem as well. That is the big problem. When I learned Blender in 25, because I didn't do Blender in 22 because I didn't need it. I taught myself Blender for 25 and no other reason.
Okay.
And then people reached out to me and says, "Can you teach me how to do this?" Now the problem is that you've got to be so careful because, and I've explained this to many people before, and a lot of people just think you're being funny about it, but like I say, just hear me out on this. I don't want to give someone the tools to be able to rip somebody else's work off.
No, I know you don't know.
And that's what I try to get over to people. It's not that I don't want to teach people. Like people say, do YouTube, go on TikTok, do all this sort of stuff. I'd love to do that, but I wouldn't be able to hold it on my conscience that I've give someone the ability to be able to then start ripping people's mods off, because I know that is what will happen.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've seen it before.
You can never be too sure, 100% certain of someone's intentions, whatever they might be wanting to do.
So
at the end of the day,
going back to that pack for 22, and we'll think about maybe moving on a bit. But Daniel Brown's asking, Scoops, were these the packs being sold for like hundreds of pounds?
Correct.
Hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, that's what
hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
That is mind-blowing.
Are you serious?
That is nuts.
Wow.
And again, to be honest, the 22 versions are flying about. I can't deny that. But there was also 225 versions that was going around as well, and they were selling for hundreds and hundreds of pounds. But in them there were very, very large packs. There were like 10 to 15 different trailers or of a particular brand, or a multitude of different tankers, or they were very, very large items that were available. And again, there's no doubt that the individual in question that was selling them made 4 figures off of it. That I can confirm.
Lord, that's crazy.
But
that is crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unfortunately, the person which the packs, well, I know 2 of the packs definitely belong to, which is part of my team. There was well over maybe 200, 300, 400 hours put into them.
Wow. Yeah.
And after that, and again, to be honest, I don't think he'll even have a go at me for this. It's changed him. He's not the same. Yeah, he's not the same person that he was before.
But you put that much time and that much effort and creativity in your own, mind towards these things because you want to do them for a particular reason. But then when they get, it's the same principle, I think, when it comes to any kind of material thing that gets stolen. I know friends, because I've always been into cars. Me and my friends have always been into modifying cars in real life. And when your car gets stolen, because that's happened to a couple of friends of mine, when the car gets stolen and it gets brought back to them, fortunately, after the fact, they lose their they've lost their thing with it because it's like tainted kind of thing. And I know it's not the same. Don't get me wrong. It's a similar principle. You invest lots and lots of time, lots and lots of money, especially when it comes to cars, and you do something to a car to make it your own, and you modify it and spend thousands and thousands of pounds on it. Then someone half inches it from you, nicks it, takes it for a joyride, and the police find it in a lay-by you know, 2 days later, oh, we've got your car back, sir. It's like, great, thanks, but someone else has had it now. It's like, you've lost the, or they in particular lost the mojo for it, and it's like, I suppose it's a very similar thing to what your friend's feeling with the theft of all his mods. That's pretty rubbish, really. On
that subject, Henry's Engines come out with a good question on my chat. He says, "Do you think how you get treated in a modern modding community massively reflects on fame's skills and reputation?" I'd say that, and a little bit of popularity. People are always after being sort of, "Oh, look what I've got."
Yeah.
If you get what I mean. So
yeah, I do get that. Absolutely.
Got
to give a big shout out to everyone in my chat. Forgive me, everyone. I'm not ignoring your questions and your chats here. Obviously, this particular episode is slightly different to what we've done so far in episode 1, just chatting absolute nonsense and farming away. We're very happy listening to Scoots and his history of how he's got to where he's got to and what he's been through and what him and his mates have experienced and stuff. So yeah, I'm not ignoring anyone. Got Oz in the chat there, Mark Thor, Jamie Modding, is that?
Yes.
There he is,
yeah.
the man in question. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Everyone in the chat, I'm not being rude, and it's quite clear that I need to alter my Nightbot settings because Nightbot's just spitting them out left, right, and centre here. MeadowMods there, sub to Welsh Sim Farmer there. So, that's another thing actually, Welsh.
Hit me.
You're 11 subs off 500, is that right?
I was when the stream started, yes.
Oh, where are you up to now?
Oh, I haven't looked. Have a look.
You haven't looked? Well, if anyone's on my side, if you're in the chat watching on my side of things, please do go and sub to Welsh if you can, because he's only where are you up to now?
I'm just switching over. Give us 1 second, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's still 489. Let's have a look.
But yeah, I'm trying to get you over the 500 subs mark. That would be an awesome thing.
What am I going to do? What does Freon want me to do if I hit 500 subs?
If you hit 500...
No, still 489. But go on, what are you going to say? If I hit 500, what am I supposed to do, in your opinion? Come on, tell everybody.
This is going to be...
What was it?
Go naked around the whole entire house.
I was hoping I wouldn't hear something like that.
It wasn't the house originally, it was the garden, so I might have got away with that one.
You've got to run naked around the garden?
Apparently so.
20 times.
What about something YouTube channel friendly?
Yeah, that might be a bit better actually. We'll have a think of that. Maybe we should put that out to my chat. If we can hit 500 subs tonight, I would have to do some sort of celebration, preferably a PG one. Go for it.
Yes.
Hey
up, Dust Bunny. You should see the link in one of the 150 million Nightbot links that Nightbot's been spitting out in the chat there, love. A couple above you there.
I think you should,
YouTube.com.
if you hit 500 subs, you've got to be nice to Freon for a whole week.
Wow, that is a challenge. My Mrs. Welsh just said if I hit 500 subs tonight, I have to be nice to Freon for a whole week.
Are you not nice to Freon? Are you not nice to Freon normally?
Am I nice to you, mate? Be very careful how you answer that question.
Yeah.
You're not nice to me.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Mark Thor says live stream and 500 push-ups. That's not a bad one, that, actually. 500 push-ups on the live stream.
No, 500 million push-ups.
Like set up some sort of course play and auto drive thing to do a harvest, and I've got to do the push. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, or attempt to do 500 push-ups, as Hutchins is saying there.
Attempt would be the optimal word there.
I could, yeah. Push-ups are a killer, no chance.
No. Maybe I could do some squats with Freon on my back or something like that. I could do that.
No, I dare you not do that. Don't hurt like that.
What was I gonna... So, Scoots, I've got a question for you. Out of all the stuff, I know you said that you generally don't use a lot of the stuff that you have modded and made. Out of all the stuff that you have made, which would be your favourite?
I'd probably say out of everything that I've probably done, my favourite project was probably the spreader.
Okay.
And again, the spreader and the Richard Weston trailer have probably been two of the most successful things that I've done.
Nice.
The problem is, like, a lot of people do ask the question, like, well, how many downloads have you actually achieved? And it's really difficult to say because problem is that I do put stuff on King's Mods officially by me, but the only reason why I do that is to stop them from stealing it, because they do. They literally bought straight off of itch.io, so combat that.
And
I put it on myself.
Yeah.
Because it
Evening,
gives me
Dust
at
Bunny.
least a
How you
little bit
doing?
of control.
Thanks for joining us.
It gives me a little bit of control back, but again, I can't do that for the copious amounts of websites that are about.
That's it. You end up just chasing your tail, don't you? Really, just trying to combat site after site, just scraping everything off the original source.
Which is nuts, isn't it? The fact that you have to actually do that is insane.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's one of them. It's something that I've learned as a modder that just comes with the territory, I'm afraid. But
I know what to do for Dad when he hits 500 stars.
Go on.
Go naked around the whole entire garden with everybody watching him in.
No, that's not a very good idea.
Yes, it is.
Dust Bunny says hello, by the way.
Why has everything got to revolve around going naked around somewhere?
Because he's 7 years old, mate. That's it, and it's like it's a sort of standard behaviour, isn't it?
Oh dear.
Should we leave that little bit of grass there and go and get a trailer and a bale stacker?
Dust Bunny has subbed to your Welsh.
I know, I've just seen that. Yes, thank you very much, Dust Bunny. Much appreciated.
Nice one, Dusty.
You want to do that, do you?
Dust Bunny's a legend.
Yeah. Then I'll get the.
And you only need 8 more, apparently, according to Long Hill here.
Oh, it's getting closer.
There we go.
Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated on the new subs. Really, really do appreciate everybody's time.
Legend.
And it's nearly time to give about another 5 minutes or so. We'll get this grass mown, and then I'll detail the giveaway that we're going to do. And we'll run that in a bit.
No problem. Got a question for Scoots from Eamon in the chat here. Would they reach out to the equipment manufacturers at any stage as part of the modding process to get like permission to do something that doesn't exist, and you wanted to do like a particular brand of something that doesn't exist in the game? Is that something you'd ever consider doing?
It's something that possibly I'd consider, but again, the biggest issue around that is giants.
Yes.
Because even if you get the permission, usually it involves money, and you know these manufacturers will not hand their assets over without some kind of payment. They're certainly not in the game for charity work. And again, I can only imagine how much Bunning have charged for the DLC to be part of that, and all the rest of it. It's difficult, really, because a lot of people say, "Oh, you're a modder," but in reality, I'm not, because I don't model the models. When people say, "Oh, you're a modder," I use it very loosely, because the models I use are somebody else's the vast majority of the time, and again, what I tend to do is I just bridge the gap between because a lot of the modders that are making models for 25, as in off the shelf brand new, most people don't want to go back on their work, so they usually it's kind of like the Arrow effect. So if they make something for 22, it's very, very rare that they will go back and re-release for, say, the next iteration of the game. Don't get me wrong, some modders do, but not a lot of them don't. They focus on like that new project, and that's it. So I bridge the gap, and that's when I reach out to these people and say, look, like all these items here, the Watkins weight, the cherry weight's from 19, and a lot of the other bits and pieces, that's when I reach out to them and say, look, if they're still modding, by the way, because again, not everyone is still modding. You gain modders and lose modders every year for whatever reason. So I reach out to these people and say, look, I understand that you're busy. doing other projects and X, Y, and Z, and you know, can I have permission to bring this back? And usually I do get the permissions, and that's usually what you're seeing now. You'll be very surprised how many people actually say no.
Well, yeah.
And I respect that, and I don't make them public. So yeah, it's not like not everyone says yes,
but the main thing is you are sticking to the rules, the rules that those of us in the community know about when it comes to using assets that haven't started off or originated with, for example, yourself. You know, you stick to the rules. You reach out to the original modder. You get the permission to work on this particular whatever it might be, X, Y, and Z. And if they say yes, then off you go. And if they say no, you know, you do what's right. And that's the one thing that's important to mention here, because there's so many times where, even just on Discord, for example, someone will have posted a link to a mod, and you find out, and I see that mod and go, oh, I really like that, and then within a couple of minutes I've actually learned, no, hang on a minute, this is actually, you know, someone else will pop up and say, no, that's actually been stolen. You know, we can't be using that. That used to belong to X, Y, and Z, and it was actually stolen, and this, that, and the other, and it's like, oh, you know, bloody hell. So it's the main thing is you are sticking to the rules, as it were.
As much as I possibly can.
Yes.
As I say, I did get my fingers burnt with the RW trailers, and again, I held my hands up to that. But yeah, the everything here is either I've got the permission from the original creator, or the mod is so old that it's impossible to get the permission. But I make that very, very clear, and I'm very easily contactable. People know where I am on Discord. People can contact me directly through the HIO page. So again, people know that if there's any problems, then I'm very easily contactable. But luckily, touch wood, apart from the RW trailer, I've not actually had many issues. Everything's been quite well received, and most of the modders that I've given permission for stuff to be done, I've been very, very happy with the result. So
that's awesome.
It's good. But again, to everyone out there that has downloaded the mods and used the mods, thank you. For anyone that's donated, no matter how little, again, thanks very much. It was never my intention to become this like pillar within modding.
You've made a name for yourself at the end of the day. People know who you are. People use your mods, and it's the quality of the mods that gets the name out there at the end of the day. And it's just like it's a snowball effect, isn't it? One or two people find your mods, they use it, other people see those, and before you know it, people know the name MeadowMods, and most people have it bookmarked in their web browser or whatever, you know, and jumping on your Discord and stuff, and that's just a great thing, isn't it, at the end of the day?
It is, and it isn't. It's, you know, sometimes when you just want a quiet life and you just want to just be left alone, unfortunately it's not always the case, and again, I'm not the only person that's part of this, you know. Jamie gets harassed, Ross gets harassed, JCB gets harassed, we all get harassed at some point or another.
By me, quite a bit, to be fair.
And it does come with the territory, so we are quite used to it. But as I say, for everyone out there that does use the mods and supports what I do, thanks. Again, it's really hard to describe, because as I say, I never did it for the fame. I never did it for the look at me sort of look what I can do. I did it as a hobby, and then within 22 mainly, my name really built up through actually fixing third party, shockingly enough. So what would happen would, I download something from, say, King's Mods, and it'd be an absolute mess. I'd then go ahead, fix it all, and then drop it on the Discord server, the Meadow Discord server, and say, oh, just by the way, guys, I fixed this. And then before you knew it, it just like kind of snowballed, and then before you knew it, I was then taking stuff from 19 and bringing that over, and then before you know it, I went into 25. Because again, most people don't realise I learned Blender in 25. I'd never used Blender up until that point. Blender was my first dip in the water into Blender. And it was a challenge. It really mashed my melon for, I think, from November up until just after Christmas. I literally worked on it religiously every waking hour I could to try and get it to stick.
Well, you're not the only one in that respect, actually, because I now and again I've not actually spoken to him for a wee while, but I've quite regularly talked to Farm Sim Briscoe, the maker of this map.
Yep.
And he's the same. He's quite recently kind of got his head around Blender and started to make his own models and stuff like that for his maps. And it's a, like you said, it's a massive learning curve to start using that particular program to do stuff within the game.
It is, and a lot of people says, why don't you make your own models? And a lot of people have come to me and said this, and to be honest, the reason why more than anything is I just don't feel the need to. There's nothing out there that I've seen that I thought I've got to make that or I've got to reproduce that. We've got a lot of talented people within this community that would run rings around me in regards to Blender, So I'd much rather leave them people to stay. I stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at, and I stick to that. And that's why I just do what I do. And again, it's not without its without its negatives. You know what I mean? With what happened with the Larrington, his soul destroying, and what's happened in the past with what's gone on with my my modding journey and Jamie's and Ross's and again, not just theirs, but I speak to other modders, a lot of other modders, and they've all got very, very similar stories. It's nothing new, It's not like I'm not the only one, and I certainly won't be the only one going forward. It's always going to happen.
Unfortunately, it's just the way society is, and I think now, isn't it?
It is. But just like I say to everyone out there, I'm not saying don't download from places like King's Mods and third-party websites, but please just do your investigation work.
Be mindful of where you're getting things from.
Look at where you're downloading your stuff from, and again, please run a log. If anyone doesn't know what that is, run a log on the stuff that you're downloading, because you will find that the vast majority of things on third party is broken, and I mean very broken. So just have that in mind. At least you know that if you're downloading it from a place like my itch page, you know it's 100% clean and it's been fully tested before it goes out. Yes, I'm a human, I make mistakes like everyone does, and usually them issues are fixed fairly quickly. i.e. the Larrington hose system, we wasn't happy with it, so it's been redone. But yeah, just be mindful, people. Like I say, support people. Go to the source. If you know it's a MeadowMod or you know the creator, go to the page, download it from the page. If it's on ModHub, get it from ModHub. Get it from third-party websites, because again, you just don't know what you're downloading, and as I say, just support the people that are actually putting your stuff out, that are putting this stuff out here, because again, I work full-time, I work 50 hours a week sometimes even more, and there's times when I'm still sat up at 3 o'clock in the morning putting stuff together to drop on the HIO page, having 2 hours sleep and then going and doing a full day's work.
I don't know how you do that.
It's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for me, I've done that quite regular, it is an addiction. It's like, I want to see people enjoy the stuff that I use, and it fills me with absolute joy seeing people running around with my weights and stuff. It's great.
That just shows the passion that you've got for doing what you do with the game. That's the thing. At the end of the day, if you're staying up and giving yourself 2 or 3 hours sleep a night, that just shows the commitment and what you've got for creating what you create. And that's why it is so important to support modders and go to the original source for the likes of your own itch.io pages, and not getting them from all those awful scraper sites, because it just seeing those extra download numbers on your itch page, for example, will just help keep you going. I suppose it's the same for from us as a YouTube content creator here. You see subs growing here, there, and everywhere, and it gives you the motivation to carry on doing what you do. So yeah, totally with you there, mate.
It's just to let it. Again, it's not about monetary value. It's not about the amount of subs that sub the HIO and stuff like that. That I paid just absolutely no attention to. But it's just seeing the mods out there, seeing people use them, and seeing people enjoy them. And again, it's just getting across to people, like, just the really, really silly things that people maybe don't pay attention to, but does take work. Silly little things like adding sounds to straps, making the door squeak on the Watkins weight when it opens.
Yeah.
All them little things that that we do just to make it just that little bit more realistic.
Immersive. Yeah.
It's you know, and again, it started off as just me making stuff for me, which then Frog jumped into me meeting Jamie and making this community, and then before you know it, I was fixing stuff for 22, and then before I know it, I'm like modding and I'm converting and bringing stuff back from previous games.
Yeah.
It is, as I say, you know, many people say, well, when do you play Scoots? And the answer is, I don't.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be one of the questions that I had lined up for you, was what's your favourite kind of work to do in Farm Sim? But it's I suppose that's a bit null and void if you very rarely get the chance to play the game.
I do have a map. My map that I do like to play is Maypole. Everyone laughs at me when I say this, even in our channel, and again, Jamie and the rest of the lads always laugh, because it's just the map I like to play, and a lot of them use other maps, and like I say, Briscoe's map and all the other different maps that are flying about that people are well aware of. You know, we're not short of maps, but Maypole's always just been my comfort, and I've enjoyed that. And
go on, sorry.
And in the respect of that, I started playing that when it was released, and then it had a consequent patch.
Mids. No, it's sorry to interrupt, lads. You carry on. I'm just going to talk to Mids while I'm reading my chat. Sorry. Yeah,
so
Mids,
I started that map when it released.
Come on, mate. It's really hard to do that, isn't it? Sorry, you carry on.
And then I think in total, from when it released until now, I've probably only played about 50 hours.
Wow.
Because I spend more time in the shop and more time testing and bringing stuff in and out of the game. So it
is crazy, isn't it? I can relate to when I used to speak to Farm Sim Briscoe, that he hardly ever plays the game. You know, even though he puts, I think he quoted something like 800 and something hours for putting into making one of his maps. But the only thing he ever does is, once he gets to a certain point, he'll run a quick harvest, for example. But that's pretty much it. He doesn't. It's not like it's just interesting to see how other people enjoy the game or play the game, or you know. It's just crazy to know that you put so many hours into making the stuff that we use to play the game, but you actually hardly ever get to play the game. That's
the kind of irony of it, isn't it? Really? It's
like, it's the testing. It's, does it get wet? Does it get mucky? Does it function correctly? Does it, you know, all these sort of things, and then you'll find something that you're not happy with, or you'll find something doesn't work, and then it's back to the drawing board, and then you start messing about. Jamie laughs at me because I always say to Jamie, right, Jamie, I'm going to slow down, mate. I'm going to pull it back a bit and stuff like that. And he just laughs, and he's like, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. He's like, you can't, can you? And I'm like, no, I can't. But I must admit, I have slowed down a little bit. I don't really push myself to the absolute limit like I did, say, 3-4 months ago. The Larry stuff, the Larry incident really, really knocked me for quite a while. To a point where I actually put a post out saying I am no longer doing any public modding.
Hi, Hugh Jones. Pretty well, my friend.
To the point. But I have mellowed out a little bit now, and like I've kind of like
you found your
anger.
Yeah. I bought you a present, Farmer Sim.
Say again.
I bought you a present.
You bought me a present? Ah, Mux. Oh. This, do you know what? I had a look at this earlier today. The new 9RX.
Yeah.
It looks mental on the.
I thought it looked quite good on the front of the Richard Weston spread. Have you seen the scoops?
Again, the content, I've not even looked at it. You know, it's like
I had a very, very brief look at it earlier today, literally for about 3 minutes, because it was in preparing for this stream this evening, and I was like, oh, but the patch has been released today. I need to at least just have a look at one of the features, and the first thing I went to was that thing.
Yeah, it is smart. Do you want to swap that, FabSim, and jump in this and have a go, or Scoots, do you want to go and take your spreader for a spin, or?
No, I'm fine. I just, like I say, even when I look at that now, I look at that and go, oh my god, them tracks will be a nightmare to mod.
You look at how they're built, don't you? You look at what's gone into actually creating the things.
Right, I'm just gonna, sorry to interrupt you, gents, I will be a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna go through the details on this giveaway that we're going to run. So
okay, yeah,
if everybody can hear me on my live and on Farm Sims live, what we're going to do, Scoots has very kindly agreed to run a giveaway with us tonight, and there's a few little bits and pieces to do with the giveaway. So what he's agreed to do is some custom work to a particular mod that is to be kept private. So maybe put in some logos, or like you've seen myself, I've got on some of mine, Scoots did mine for me, and a Farm Sim's got some logos on some of his stuff that he's had someone do, something like that. Or maybe a custom convert of a mod that is from a previous version. So there's a few little bits and pieces about this. So if it's to be something that is custom converted, then yourself or Scoops is to seek, or between you is to seek permission to do so. And if that's agreed, then great. That can be done, and as long as it is then obviously not uploaded, like we've spoken to, onto a scraper site and left out in the public for other people to download, because that's not the purpose of the giveaway. It is to be done as a custom one-off personal mod for yourself, to be kept for yourself. Obviously this comes with a little caveat of time. Again, Scoots will let you know on that, let the winner know on that, how much time he's willing to put in to convert something, or the work he's willing to do. But that is what the giveaway is for. So what we're going to do is, I've got Nightbot running in the background, same as Farmer Sim. So if you can jump over onto my live stream, type in my chat the word giveaway, all in lowercase, all one word, that will load into Nightbot, and that will pick a winner for me. So from now, we'll leave it till say 20 past, so give you just over 10 minutes. So all lowercase, one word, giveaway over on my chat, and then we'll pick a winner just towards the end of the stream. So anything else after that, you got any questions about it, you can ask myself or Scoops, and we can run through that as well. So there we go.
Awesome.
Onwards and upwards.
How many bales have we got in this field?
Lots of bales.
Probably about a trillion.
About a trillion, you think?
105 so far, according to the bale counter. Yeah, not done bad there. There's still a whole load more rows over there.
For a minute, matey. I'm just going to tap out of the game for 1 second.
Again, big hello to everyone in the chat here. Just catch up with a few. We've got Rooster's Farm here. We've got Lancey Boy in the chat. Hello, mate. Forgive me, mate.
Lancey Boy, hello, mate. You okay?
Drop a message there. Hope you're well. Wranglosaurus Rex, good evening, mate. Hope you're well. McGarrett DK. Mark Athornthwaite, hey up, mate. How you doing? Good to see you. Mark Thor says he hasn't had a personal save since Farm Sim 19. There you go. Goodness me.
So the people who've put that in my chat, just do us a favour, just retype giveaway in, just because make sure it's come up. It will only accept it once anyway, but it just needed to refresh it. So go for it, gents. Okay. That is open.
But yeah, not had a personal save since Farm Sim 19. That's crazy.
There you go. There
I've lost count of how many I've got. Goodness me.
It's one of the things that I say to people. You know, a lot of people go, I want to do modding, and I'm like, but do you?
Yeah. If you want to play the game, you need to decide whether you want to do modding or play the game, because the two don't necessarily go hand in hand.
Yeah, because then you go down that route, like with me, I'll go Maple and I'll start playing it, and I'll go, do you know what, I want a trailer, and I'll go, I don't want any of them trailers. I want this trailer. And it's like, but you haven't converted that, have you? And it's just like, no. So then you start converting it, and then you do that, and you get back into it again. And then before you know, you're like, oh, well, I want another bale fork or another tractor or something, and then it's just a big hamster wheel, and you just go around and round and round and round.
And at the end of it all, you've got a wonderful collection of mods that you've done yourself, and you can call a bit of a portfolio. But you've still only got 3 hours in Farm Sim 25 in total.
Exactly. As I say, 13.5 gigs of mods, and I don't even think I used 90% of them.
Goodness me.
That is crazy.
It's just, you know, I can't even remember most of them. You know, I just fixed them and did whatever, and I'm like, yeah, put that in the folder, and I'll use that, and it just never happened ever.
And here's us on the other side of the fence. I think I'm currently just under 1,700 hours in Farm Sim 25. I was north of 5,000 hours in 22, and I think something about 3,500 in Farm Sim 19. And it's like, yeah.
It's when it fell off a cliff for me is when 19 I did get quite a considerable amount of hours in, but then when 22 came round and it just kind of snowballed, and for now my name was starting to get about and popular, and people were using stuff, and but again, you know, it's just like I even started like noticing things like you'd see something, I'd be like, I could have swore that's mine, and then I'd look or I'd ask them and I'd say, where'd you get that from? And they go, oh, so and so sent me, and I'll go, all right, and I'll go, has it got CT on the end of it? And they'll go, yeah, why? And I'll go, oh, that's another one of my mods leaked.
Oh.
Do you know, it's just like it's just one of them. It's like,
yeah,
just one big rabbit run. It's mad. Like, and again, I'm not the only one, and I'm certainly not crying the ball-tail out about it, because, like I say, there's a lot of modders out there that have gone through exactly the same thing as me, and Jamie and Ross. It's nothing new.
We've heard this story or these similar stories so many times, and it is a shame. I suppose you can call it just maybe not a cancer of Farming Simulator, but it is a big problem within the Farming Simulator world that's been kind of constant, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, it is, and it's not just that either. You know, some of the requests I get are just like, some of them are just off the wall, like,
really?
You know, yeah, I get people asking me to crack DLC. I get people asking me to take things. Yeah, it's because the problem is that because they think you're a modder, which, you know, that's why I don't call myself a modder, and it's not in my title either. But a lot of people think is because you're in the know for that and you know your way around. They
expect you know how to do every single thing that you can do within Farming Simulator or playing it.
Yeah.
Yes, mate.
Do you want to swap?
Yeah. I can swap. Where are you?
Right next to you in the JCB.
You're right next to me in the JCB. Oh, do you know what? Sorry, mate. I was looking for your name, but you're playing with under your dad's label, aren't you? There you go. It's all yours, mate. Carry on. Sorry, Scoots. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, it's like, can you get the tractor out of the DLC for me, or can you get this out, or do this, or do that, you know? And I'm just like, I can't do that, you know.
Yeah, it's proper cheeky.
Yeah.
With no real concern for what's actually legal's the wrong word, isn't it? But technically, it's what's allowed. It's what you're allowed to do. You're not meant to be able to break into the DLCs or anything like that. Funnily enough, it's a conversation that started a couple of days ago. Where was it? I think it was over in Discord, and we were talking about one of my first series came up into conversation on Holmacra, a map in Farm Sim 22, which was like a forestry map, and I mentioned oh no, that's what it was. One of my Discord members, Dinky, was going back and watching some of my older content from Farm Sim 22, and he was watching a series that I made on the Holmacra map, and he questioned something that I'd said in the video, which was, what's the map that can't be named? Now, there was a map, I suppose I can name it now. It was something that we kind of dubbed the map that can't be named, because it was called Azura, and it was a modder from a different country who'd basically broken into and used the Silver Run DLC, the forestry DLC, and I've just knocked a load of bales off the trailer. Shocking. And it was an amazing map, but it was made using the assets from the DLC that were meant to be locked and not available and all that kind of stuff, so it caused a bit of an uproar. And sorry, that just came to my memory then. That's all. Talking about DLCs and stuff.
Yeah, it is an odd one. As I say, I get everyone out there the frustration that they can't edit stuff and do stuff like that. And believe me, modders are just as frustrated because, again, we can't access the coding either, and we need it so that we can implement stuff. So we get it just as much as you guys. But again, please don't go out of your way to crack DLC. I know it's tempting, and again, but you're gonna get yourself in hot water. Not through giants, but through going through very, very dark, murky websites that will offer you stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, the only thing you're gonna get is a virus or spyware or your computer filled full of crap, basically. So. As much as it is tempting to go down that road and start trying or looking into cracking DLC, please just be mindful of what potentially can happen.
I wouldn't even know where to start with that kind of thing. I just get chuffed with myself when I can alter the feed capacity of cows and change the productivity of the levels that grass can give them. I'm happy doing that. That's fine. That's the limitations of what I'm going to do with a mod or anything like that. Or add a Perkins diesel engine to a JCB. I was dead happy with that.
That's it. It's and a lot of people message me about maps, and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but maps are not me. I don't touch maps in any way, shape, or form. I'm the one who had to follow a tutorial that Welsh did to change the textures for my map because I didn't have a clue. Because I'd never ever touch maps. I just play the map as it's intended, and I've never ever messed with maps. Some of the other guys do mess with the maps and do a lot of other stuff and everything else, which is just their thing. The reason why I don't mess with maps is because it's of no interest to me. I just don't find it entertaining. So that's why I don't. Mine is kit, that as I call it. It's it and equipment and everything else that goes with it.
Last couple of minutes on this giveaway, guys. If you want to jump in, we'll leave it to run till 20 past, and then we shall look for a winner.
It is, as I say, going back to what I was saying about people. By all means, if people haven't joined the Meadow Discord, please feel free to join it. We are quite friendly. We're strict, but we are very friendly.
Quite friendly.
Yeah, we are friendly. We just don't tolerate. We just don't tolerate nonsense in there. That's pretty much what it is.
Depends on his tea that Scoops has drunk before going in there. That's usually what it is. Depends on his tolerance levels.
Yeah, it's just a really. It's to be honest, it's not my channel. I just admin it. It's Jamie's baby, really. It's not actually mine. It's Jamie's the top of the tree when it comes to the Discord. I'm totally Discord illiterate. I'm not very. I know how to chat to people, and I know how to reply to people, and I know how to do very, very basic stuff. He does all the technical stuff in the background.
That's a whole different world. I'm kind of the same. I do have my own Discord, but I can take almost no responsibility for what it's turned out like. I've counted on the help of some wonderful people like Chimera, for example. She's helped me turn that into the place it is today. It was Ron who built it for me in the very first place years ago, and I just haven't got a clue with it. I'm getting my head around it now, slowly-ish, but. That's a whole different learning curve is Discord. It really is.
I just avoid it because I just don't need to learn something else. I've got enough on my plate with dealing with everything else, and I know the basics of Discord and what I need to do and not do.
Modder talking is Scoots from MeadowMods. So.
Yeah.
He's responsible for putting all of these mods together that we've been using tonight, including that baler that Rion's currently baling this grass up with.
But yeah, it's all him. I just do the basics of Discord. My only gripes in there is, and again, I'm very outspoken in Meadow, and a lot of people that know me from. Most people have probably never heard my voice before, to be perfectly honest. But the people that are in there know that I don't tolerate any nonsense in there. And I regularly delete. I regularly delete comments every single day where someone will go, "Can someone send me this?" If there's no please or no thank you on the end of it,
thanks for joining us, mate.
Basic manners at the end of the day.
Jimmy Modding, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us, jumping on. We're talking about you.
It's it's just the little things like that really gripe me. So I at least once or twice a day I have to delete at least 1 or 2 comments from people that will just say, "Can I have this? Can you send me this?" And if there's no please on it, no thank you, I just delete it.
Yeah, it's just that entitled attitude in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like send this or send that or give me that or give me this, and it's just like whoa.
It's like no. How about no?
Yeah, and it's
when we're putting these bales, Welsh.
I've just kind of put them in one of the outdoor storage thingies. So.
But we haven't got any auto load or anything, have we?
No, it updated, didn't it, since the patch, and I couldn't update it. So if you go down the side of that shed there, there's bale storage there. Well, you stacked all them up without even falling over.
One of them fell over. Yeah. Is one of these sheds here an auto bale shed?
That one there, mate. Yeah.
One I'm with here.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Wonderful. Yes, I stacked all those myself.
Well done, you. Give yourself a pat on the back. You win a cookie.
It's not all skill issues here, you know.
Right. Sorry, Phil. Can you just stop there for a sec, dude? I am just going to run back into Nightbot now. Just going to tab out the game for 1 second, gents, and pick a winner for this competition. Any last takers for this competition before I close it? Any more?
Just on that as well, everyone. Again, if you do want to start modding or get into modding, I'm not going to be the kind of person that says don't do it. Just jump into it and start messing about with stuff. You can't break anything. Anything that you break is very much fixable. Just be very careful, especially when you're messing with your game files and stuff like that. Just be mindful of what you're doing. But don't be scared to try and convert, or don't be scared to try and mess around with stuff.
Yeah, that's always been my best way to learn something, is to try and do something myself. Sometimes it might take me a little bit to muster the courage to do something really big, like within my little world. Something I recently did. It's nothing to do with modding or anything. It's to do with my YouTube channel. But I finally found and took a few brave pills and changed to a much more detailed and complicated video editor. I've been doing this now for a couple of years, and I've been using a very simple, idiot-proof video editing software. And I went to a big one called DaVinci, which was, it's the difference between driving a kiddie's little Tykes plastic cart to powering the Saturn V rocket. Different. But I'm so glad that I did now. I gave myself a week or 2 weeks of a really heavy crash course in learning this thing, because I've got no one to teach me. I did it myself.
I taught myself as well. Yeah, so I was not used to try and help you when I suggested it. It was like
but now I'm
just 1 sec, mate. Sorry. Congratulations, HVT.
Hutchins.
That makes sense now with the V in it. There you go. Congratulations, Hutchins. You are the winner of this episode's giveaway. You want to contact myself or Scoots direct? Contact myself or Scoots if you like through Discord, and we can get the giveaway underway. Any questions on it, just let me know. And congratulations, mate. Well done. Awesome. Nice.
Oh, there we go. Here's Trouble herself. I would rather spend hours working on textures than spend a single minute working with a model. That's Kim. Jumped in the chat. Hey up, mate. Hope you're good.
Evening,
nice
Kim.
to see you, mate.
Say hello.
How's it?
Hello,
how's it going?
Kim.
There we go.
Same as me. I'd much rather have the model there and just do what I need to do with it. It's I've just never been a fan of the meching of the model. It's just one of them things, and a lot of modders have said to me, look, like, make your own scoots, you know, and I've just got no desire to do it. I really haven't, and I think if the passion's not there, it's not worth doing. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, maybe one day I might wake up and think, do you know what, I want to make something, but at this moment in time,
until that time comes, until you find that comfort in your own mind that you're gonna, and that motivation to do it, there's no point forcing it. At the end of the day, it's such a creative thing, isn't it? Really, and technical.
It is.
That looks absolutely ridiculous. seeing an 839 RX with a Richard Weston muck spreader on the back. It's like seeing a Bentley Continental with a little single axle trailer going to the tip. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
Oh, that's brilliant.
And that's do you know what I mean? Just the size of the thing.
Yeah.
It's just, oh dear me, that's mental. Brilliant. I do love that muck spreader though. It really is an awesome bit of kit.
The downloads from that are off the chart. It's getting nearly 1,000 downloads a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's bonkers on it.
Yeah, I'd say totally combined. And again, I can't give exact figures because again, scraper sites and everything else. But just on the HIO alone, combined all the mods together, I think they've exceeded well over 100,000 downloads.
Wow.
Pretty much.
Fair play with that's impressive.
Amazing.
And that to me says a lot about quality of your work and the thought you put into what you release. You don't just release anything.
Don't knock the tractor.
I've just.
You've just got your New Holland covered in poo.
Yeah, the Richard Weston trailer hit 40,000 downloads in a week.
That's incredible.
You know, but it's because people were just so desperate to have something that was UK, something that they recognised, and back then there wasn't anything. So it just propelled it, you know. And it's the same with the weights as well, you know. People want stuff that they recognise and what they see. So
you just had a nice shower there, Scoops.
It is one of them things, you know. I do tend to stick with the stuff that's UK based and like UK-esque. To what I can, you know, that I can imagine that I'd see in the UK. So again, I'm just trying to bridge that gap and provide stuff that people wouldn't necessarily see, and that's a lot of the kit that you see on my page is what you wouldn't normally ever see.
But it's stuff that you want to. It's stuff that you want to release rather than stuff people are hounding you for to release. This goes back to what you were saying about not hunting out like popularity and that kind of thing. You know, you do it because you enjoy doing it and you do what you want to do. If you were hunting out popularity and downloads and all that sort of stuff, you would probably end up just throwing loads of stuff out there for the sake of it, and the quality and the time you spend on it would be a lot less.
Yeah. If I wanted the popularity, I'd put it on ModHub.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
I'd put it on ModHub and I'd make money out of it, you know. But I don't. I'm just not interested in that sort of thing. No. It's just like my little page, and I just put stuff on there every so often, and if it does really well, it does really well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, not everything that I've done has been a massive hit. Shockingly enough, you know, not some stuff that you just wouldn't expect. You know, has been like the stuff that I didn't expect to be a big thing. Exceeded my expectations beyond belief. I didn't think anyone would be bothered about the Grizzly sets. I didn't think anyone would touch them, but they are massively popular.
Yeah. Well, that they do change the way that you can muck around with with refilling your balers and stuff with your net wrap and stuff instead of just well, I've just been guilty of it this evening actually when I was baling up before. It's like I know I ran out of bale net and I just ran back to where I knew there was a pallet of and filled it up. Whereas had I actually used all 4 of my brain cells, I'd have had the grizzly on the front there, and I'd have just been refilling as I go.
Hutchins just said I've just hit 500 subs.
Hey, there we go. There's another reason for there's the applause there. Wonderful stuff.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much, guys.
Great news. Nice one, everyone.
Mrs. Welsh says I've now got to be nice to Freon for a week.
Can I have a yes day for a week?
A yes day for a week?
Yeah.
No, you can't have a yes day for a
If
week.
you get 600 in the next 10 minutes, you have to be nice to me as well.
I was going to say a yes day for a week would be a yes week.
Yes, and then Mrs. Welsh has just said if I got to 600 in the next 10 minutes, I'd have to be nice to her as well.
I don't think we will.
No, let's not try that. No, let's stop at 500 for tonight, shall we? Thank you.
just want to make sure I've not missed any questions from anyone. Does anyone have a burning modding question that they want to ask or anything like that?
I've got a question here from Garrett for you, saying how much do you use Blender when you make a model? Well, I think we might have covered most of that answer.
Yeah,
I suppose, but yeah, sorry, McGarrett. I'm again to everyone in my chat. I'm not being rude. It's kind of a different format this evening with there being a lot more chat in the game, as it were. I'm not trying to ignore anyone.
Smashed.
Yeah.
Alex B there saying he's subbed to you well, so that's all good. Nice one, mate.
Thank you very much, people. Much appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Really do. Expand the sub button. Cheers, Gil. Hey, Gil. No, good to see you, mate.
Farm Sim over here.
Yeah, Freon's giving Scoops a shower, so it's probably time it's 8:30 actually. We're gonna have to think about calling it.
Ah, no. Oh, so it is. Yeah. Goodness me.
Time flies. We're having fun.
Flies. It certainly does. And you're flinging muck all over Scoops. That's not very nice.
Yeah, just obviously he's welcome to obviously rewind the video back, but just to give him a very, very brief answer to that. Blend it, yes. If you want to do it properly, yes. Blender is 90% of the battle. If you want to just do it quickly and just for personal use, you can get away with auto convert, but again, it does break more than it actually fixes. So if you want to learn it properly, do it via Blender.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Just to answer a question in mine, I've got Daniel has asked, how do I put a wibbly wobbly on my lizard pickup? My question to you is, have you got a wibbly wobbly? Because if you have, and that's not a personal question either before I go any further, I've got a video on my channel which should tell you how to put a wibbly wobbly on your pickup.
What's a wibbly wobbly?
I think
you
he's
nodding,
an aerial.
like a nodding.
Like
right.
Like a CB aerial, I think that's what he means.
Oh, okay.
But
hey, Gil, he's in the chat here as well.
Multitasking. If he needs any help with that, Daniel, let me know, mate, and I can help you out with that.
Blender is witchcraft.
Ability.
Says Mark Haythornthwaite.
I might be guilty of giving it the name the Wibbly Wobbly because the aerial that I did and released for 25, I named it as the FS25 Wibbly Wobbly.
Oh, so that's you.
So that could be me where that's come from personally, yeah.
Okay. I was actually getting mixed up thinking it was like a nodding dog on a dashboard or something like that, but.
No, it's a large aerial that you can put on a piece of equipment, and if you code it correctly, it will wobble with the wind.
It will wobbly, will it?
Yeah, it'll wobble with the wind or wobble as you drive. So that's why I called it the Wibbly Wobbly.
Evening H4.
We need Rowan Atkinson to say that though, don't we?
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't learned yet is how to get stuff to wibbly wobbly and move around. I've been shown how to do it once and then completely forgotten. Something I need to revisit, but we are going to have to call it a night now. It's the Apprentice's bedtime.
Indeed, we are. So, I suppose thank you very much to everyone in the chat. First and foremost,
I go to bed at.
From my side of things, I do apologise for not being fully chat worthy in that sense. But a massive thank you to Scoops, mate, for joining us for this evening. This is our first official, proper, special guest thing. So, thank you so much for your time, Scoops.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Thanks for jumping on.
Thank
really,
you for
quite
everything you
informative
do for the community, for mods. Yes, it's been really cool to get a mod. I'm getting showered.
No, we need to. Oh, actually, before we do go any further, we do actually need to do a screenshot.
We do.
Yeah. End of
We
every.
do.
Yeah. Right. What's that room? One sec. If you gentlemen want to head over, I'll turn that muck spreader off before I give you a shower.
Mm.
Where are we going?
Just over here, if you want.
We should stand on the trailer, surely.
Yeah.
What are you doing to
Who's
me?
driving the 9RX?
Oh, free on is.
Ah,
No, Dad is.
Maybe not. Right. Let's jump on here.
there we go. Grab a screenshot while we're here.
And let's face.
That yonder direction.
Yeah. This way.
It made me laugh on your thumbnail actually, Welsh.
What's that?
That you were
Turn around,
you were
Scoops.
you were stood at the end of the trailer, away from me, like I'd just broken wind or something.
Probably, like I said to you, probably because you had.
That was a creepy one.
There we go.
There we go.
Screenshot. Smile for the camera. There we go. Good stuff. Right, so we're going to have to call it a night. Yeah. Thank you very much to everybody for joining us. Really, really
Yes.
appreciate it. A massive thank
Thanks,
you
Scoops.
and welcome to all the new subs to the channel. Again, that's really cool, isn't it, mate? Hitting 500. I never
Yeah.
thought we would be getting sort of this reaction to the content that we put out, and we really do enjoy it. So it's appreciated that
That's the
people.
main thing.
Yeah, and we enjoy it, don't we, mate?
Yeah.
And we enjoy doing
That's
these
what
lives and
matters.
stuff. So, and again, thank you very much to Scoots.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, mate. Thank you for your
really,
mods.
So,
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Again, if anyone's watching and they do wish to speak to me, I am in Meadow. I am contactable by HIO, so if anyone does have any questions
Speak to me.
or anything like that, then they are more than welcome to send me a message. Again, just bear with me. I do work full time and I might not reply to you straight away, but again, you are more than welcome to send me a message.
cool.
Patience is a virtue.
Indeed. Right. Thank you very much, gents. I'll catch up
Nice
with you
one,
guys
guys.
in Discord over the next couple of days. Well, everybody watching, thank you very much. Next episode is planned at the moment for the beginning of Jan. Anything else changes, we will keep you posted.
Indeed, we will.
Oh,
So thanks again, everyone.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Happy
Ta-ra.
bye.
Bye bye. Cheers, Scoops.